This is Tino from powerpages.pro. I've been working with lookup fields on basic forms lately and tackled some challenges which I would like to share. You can follow me along and hopefully my solutions will help you in your solutions. So we're going to look at 3 things when it comes to working with lookup fields. The first thing is to set up a default value. Next, I would like to make this default value read-only so the user is not able to change it. And last but not least, I want to be able to submit all those changes via the normal form submit. You are looking at a basic form which is called Open a New Case. This basic form comes straight out of the box from the PowerPages template customer self-service. What we want to do is, in the subject lookup field, I want to preset information as the default value and also make this field read-only so that the user cannot change this. To achieve this, I have opened the basic form in Visual Studio Code. Here I can open the JavaScript section. And as you can see, there's already lots of code provided by Microsoft. And this will be my place to inject my custom code. So let's start. I have already prepared this, so we can go through this quick and easy. Whenever the page has loaded, a new function will be called. And this function will do 3 jQuery actions. Whenever you want to preset a lookup value, you need to do 3 actions. The first one is, for the lookup value, you need to set the name, which will be information. The next step is to actually inject the value of the record in the lookup field. So in that case, the GUID of the record information is this in my system. And last but not least, you need to address the entity that you are trying to change in the lookup field, which is subject. So let's save this and let's push this to our portal. A quick cache invalidation should leave us with a change. So let's refresh the page. And with a bit of luck, information should be the default value whenever we open the form. So if I take another one and I hit refresh, it will be information. Great. So let's put it to the test and actually save a case with this information. So default subject is set, will be our name. I will just simply submit this. And as you can see, it was successful. The case was created and the subject is information. Well done. This field read only now. My usual approach for this is to first look at the structure of the page by using the developer extensions. I'm using Chrome here, and you can see I have the complete element structure of the DOM. Next up is to look at the actual HTML element. In that case, it is a select element with the ID subject ID. Great. If you look up the select element in the HTML spec, you will find that there actually is an attribute called disabled. So I thought, yeah, great. So before I do any changes to the code, I will try it at runtime. So if I add the attribute of disabled, I get exactly the result that I want. The field is now disabled. Great. So let's take this over to our code. I've already prepared this. What we are trying to do here is we are using jQuery to query the HTML element with the ID subject ID, and jQuery shall help us here to actually inject the disabled attribute. So let's do this. Quickly upload it to our solution. Never forget to invalidate the cache so that you can actually see your changes. And let's refresh the page. And you can see still information is set as a default value and it's disabled. Very good. So last but not least, let's submit this now. Default value is set and put to read only. Let's submit this and see if you're lucky. Oh, and what do you know? The case was created, which is good, but the subject has not been injected as we intended to. And how is that? Well, after some research, I discovered that the select attribute is, or the disabled attribute is actually not submitted with the form. So whenever we have a select element with the attribute disabled and we submit the form just as we do in our solution here, the browser will simply not submit the disabled element. Do this. Well, my initial thought would be simply go the same way and just revert it. So in that case, whenever I want to submit a form, I need a way to remove the disabled attribute from the select element. So if I would change this here, I could simply go and remove the disabled attribute. Once this is done, again, we are able to change this and this submit will work so that actually the subject information is included. And I tried many ways to achieve this, actually to hook into somewhere or into some function or some event to make this happen. And the thing that finally worked best for me was to add a new custom page validator, which acts as a wrapper or as a possibility to hook into all the mechanisms of the form submit. So the idea here is, in other words, whenever we submit a form, as per the standard, the page is validated prior to be sent to the server. And this is actually where we hook in. So we create a new page validator, and in our new page validator, we simply, again, use jQuery to query our select element with the ID subject ID, and then we remove the disabled attribute. So let's do this. Quick invalidation of the cache. And let's reload the page. So what can we see now with our latest solution? Still, the subject field has a default value. and it's also disabled. So if we would now try to submit this, default value is set and read only, and will be made available for submit, which will be our last case here. We submit this. And I will close the developer tools, and what do you know? We finally made it. The case was successfully submitted and the information has been transferred. Great. And that's it from me. I really hope that my solution will help you in your Power Pages projects. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and see you later.